Will our virtually constant stream of fantastic Jaguar F-Types ever end? Probably not, to be honest, because we have another fantastic example, certainly at this time of year. It is, of course, not only the 3-litre V6, which, as any aficionado of these will know, is one of the best sounding cars on the road, but even more so, it's not only a convertible, perfect for this time of year, and it's an S-spec V6. So even more horsepower, even more torque, even stronger performance, but crucially, of course, and as many of our previous customers with these vehicles can attest to, shockingly good fuel economy. And even though for many fuel economy wouldn't be the first thing you think of for a sports car or a long distance GT, it really does come in handy for those longer distance journeys. Now this particular car was actually supplied by us 5 years ago to an enthusiast owner, and they have enjoyed every moment with it since then. It was originally owned incidentally by Jaguar themselves, only 2 private owners ever since, and it's barely kissed 80,000 miles on the clock since 2013. What that means in practice is, in addition to the option of low deposit finance, where of course you can break down the cost over up to 60 months if you wanted to, it is still under £19,500 for a Santorini black with ivory leather, black power hood, and of course those lovely red brake calipers. This is essentially when you go down a checklist of everything you would want from an F-Type and just say yes to it all. In other words, a main dealer service history with 10 stamps behind it. In fact, it was most recently serviced in October of 2024 by Dick Lovett Jaguar in Bath. It has a heated steering wheel, performance seats, of course that active exhaust, active wing, front and rear parking sensors with visual aid, 6-speaker Meridian sound system, dual zone climate control for the driver and the passenger separately, Bluetooth, USB and auxiliary ready to go with that sound system, if of course you ever want to use it given the engine and the sound it makes. Of course cruise control, again perfect for long distance journeys, and crucially when it comes to its performance, that limited slip diff as well. To go back to its performance, that is first and foremost what a car like this is for. What it's all about is the fun factor and the speed. Well, 375 horsepower is about on par with what you'd expect from a Ferrari F355, but with far more torque than many of their, say, Italian rivals at 340 foot-pounds. What that equates to in practice is these are fantastic off the line and great for top-end speed as well, even with the roof down. These are over 170 mile-an-hour cars. 4.8 seconds from 0 to 60 is certainly no slouch, especially when you consider that it's reaching that in a similar time to an XKR which came before it, but with less power. So in other words, it's more efficient with its power and has even stronger performance given its spec sheet, and at the same time you can average just over 30 to the gallon in one of these. On the motorway though, it's even better. Again, going with that cruise control, the comfort factor, the climate control, everything else which makes these fantastic on those longer trips. 40 to the gallon, well that's small hatchback territory in a vehicle which is as quick as a Porsche, a Maserati, various others as well for top end speed and for acceleration, all the while with that fantastic soundtrack. And again, for under £19,500 you could barely buy a new car these days in the hatchback category, even for a non-performance car, let alone something that has so much desirable Jaguar visually, for its sound, for its performance, and given that fuel economy and the comfort level and the kit, something which, as its previous enthusiast owners have, you can actually use and enjoy instead of just being a garage queen or a weekend toy. If then you would like to reach out regarding this gorgeous F-Type S convertible, of course you could send us over an email via the address shown here on screen, or give us a call on 01749 871 155 or on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.